in what is now considered breaking news, of which I have absolutely no hope or any sense of reasonable anticipation that justice will be served. But it appears right now, as we speak, that Attorney General Merrick Garland, the soporific Merrick Garland, announced Friday, today, that U.S. Attorney David Weiss has been named, announced, and appointed special counsel, allowing and directing him to continue whatever this investigation is into President Biden's miserable, syphilitic, and sebaceous cyst of a human being and waste of flesh and DNA, Hunter Biden. Let me explain to you what this means. But first, while I catch my breath and try to prevent emesis from being triggered, I ask that you like what I am doing, subscribe to the channel, and hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and the like. In an announcement today, Merrick Garland explained and told the world that Weiss, who was the U.S. Attorney for Delaware, had requested, I'm sure most assiduously, but he had requested special counsel status and authority on Tuesday, and that he had been granted the appointment, quote, after consideration. And they tried everything, or they might finally be ready to throw this bum and that family out. Who knows? Now, Mr. Weiss has maintained repeatedly and publicly that he has had the authority to bring charges against Hunter Biden and those individuals in whatever particular jurisdiction that he felt was apt, appropriate, and relevant. FBI and IRS whistleblowers, as you well know, recently told the world and Congress and everybody that Mr. Weiss had privately told them that he had been basically blocked and prevented from bringing charges in Washington. So this announcement, weeks after this plea deal, which basically went nowhere thanks to this judge who paid attention, but weeks after this plea deal, after it completely collapsed, now we're getting this. Now, under the deal, Hunter was originally going to plead guilty to misdemeanor tax charges and submit to some kind of a diversion, a criminal diversion agreement related to some felony gun charge, which you would think these leftist woke folks would go crazy over. But he was going to do this in exchange for this incredible immunity, almost transactional immunity versus use immunity from future charges relating to, quote, and they called it foreign influence peddling or interference, which basically covers everything. Now, the judge in the case, as you recall, looked at the terms of this and said, wait. This immunity deal, this was unprecedented. Remember this? The immunity deal was in the diversion agreement. Anyway, that fell through. So the bottom line is simply this. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens with this. Let's see what happens with old Hunter. Now, do you think something's going to happen with this? I don't know. I hope. But I'm telling you right now, in the history of American jurisprudence, in the history of American criminal jurisprudence, there has never been anything as blatantly, patently, obviously as criminal as this ever. Now, I can give you one of two things. Good news. Maybe, just maybe, and dear God, the following scenario could theoretically make sense. Maybe at the upper echelons, the upper tiers of the shadow government, somebody said, we're done with this. We're done. Time to cut bait with the Biden family, the kin, everybody. This has gotten us nowhere. We've got Bobby Kennedy Jr., who's moving in on our choice, which is going to be Gavin Newsom. You've got everything now. You've got Trump actually after being, think about this, after being charged with everything. Some people are even suggesting, theoretically, though the left is disputing this, but that he might be actually looking at the death penalty. I know we'll talk about that later, but no matter what they throw at Trump, his numbers are going up. Everything is falling apart. This Biden administration has the chance to own this Lahaina Maui case. You would think they would say this is perfect to maybe show a little leadership. What Oprah's there, for God's sakes. What anyway? Something tells me that the people who are in charge of the shadow government, not the Democratic Party. There is no Democratic Party. You do know that, right? There is no Democratic Party. The Democratic Party is the host for this parasite called whatever these folks are. This is the host. This is incredible. So finally, they're saying that's it. Go for it. Cut bait. Let him have it. Let him have it. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Just do it. People have had enough of Hunter. Enough of this. But that also means it's not Hunter. Do you think Hunter's doing this for himself? No. This guy doesn't have two working neurons with all that drugs and dope and crap in his head. He was the bag man set out and sent out by Pops Biden and the Biden racketeering crime family to be the front line, to basically secure the funds, put his ass in the sling on the line, so to speak, in order to perpetuate this crime family. That's exactly what's happening right now. So if you believe in some form of a higher power, please pray to him, her, whatever the pronoun is, and say, please let this be the beginning of the end of this. Forget impeachment. Now, you know what's going to happen. If they try anything, if it ever gets really serious, let's say they impeach Biden, get rid of him, they're not going to get rid of him, but let's say whatever. And if anything really happens with Hunter, you're going to see a version of the Sicilian flu. Pops Biden is going to go so crackers, it's not even funny. He's going to go nuts. You're going to see this guy shuffling around. He'll make Vinny Chin Gigante look like Niels Bohr in comparison. Then you're going to start seeing and hearing the story of how Hunter, this drug-addled, drug-ravaged, crack and meth-infused, this mentally and intellectually decrepit shell of a human being, completely devoid of any cognition and willful volition. You got it? You got how that works? But the good news is this. Finally, Merrick Garland, who is a puppet, who couldn't fire the cleaning lady, who is in control of nothing. Finally, he got the word. Do it. And then notice how Weiss is saying, well, I always wanted to, but what? Well, you're from Delaware and you wanted to go after but come on, stop it. The lies, the prevarication, the BS. But it's coming to an end. This is good news, citizen. Good news. So let's see what happens. I will take any sign of improvement, anything, to maybe give me some momentary hope that this decrepit and infected, fungating, open sore of a putrescent administration is finally coming to an end. So there you have it. All right, dear friends, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos and whatever you do. I beg you, I beseech, I entreat, I importune you to comment below as you see fit.